Hey there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelley wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally, guys. I am here. I want to make sure that you have what you need in this upcoming 2023 job market. Guys, this is Mentor Shelley wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. And I also want you to be aware that things are not looking so pretty in these recession streets. I want you guys to have what you need. Of course, if you are here and you want to make sure that you are supporting the YouTube channel, go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. You want to make sure that you tap that notification whenever I go live or whenever I drop the next video. Guys, I have been kind of MIA for the holidays and things of that nature. Had to step back, take care of some personal things, and make sure that I am here, ready, and able to provide you with all of the things that make you or help you to become a better version of yourself professionally. Y'all, it is not pretty in these job market streets. And right now, I'm going to be going over three main things in this video today. We're going to touch on trends that are coming up that's already happening in small spurts, but it's actually going to be even more, it's going to even be more prevalent coming up in 2023. Number one, technological automations is coming for some of y'all jobs. Let's be clear. I don't want to make you guys worry or fret or think for 1 second that I'm trying to put fear into anybody, but I'm keeping it 1,000 with you. Some of y'all jobs are already on the line, and some of your jobs are getting ready to go out the door. And I'm going to reference our favorite CEO, Mr. Musk, in regards to that. And there's some other things that we're going to point out tonight. So let's jump right into it. And of course, if you guys want to leave a comment below, participate in the chat, participate in the live by dropping your city and state where you are watching this right now. And also let me know how is it that you found out about this video and what it is that you are hoping to gain from this live tonight. Because at the end of the day, we're all here to learn something. Whether I'm teaching something or whether we are learning from each other. At the end of the day, in the job market trends, I want to make sure that you are able to take advantage of all the opportunities that are out there. But if you don't know what's coming, how can you prepare? So this is why I'm coming with this now. Technological automations is coming for some of your jobs. Let's get into it, guys. Right now, we're going to touch on first Mr. Musk and his, let's see here. We want to touch on yeah, one moment. Let me see here. Mr. Musk. Right now, Mr. Musk's, this is an article that I actually found today talking about the fact that robots are coming and it doesn't look pretty for workers. Let's be clear, guys. I want to make sure you have what you need, but I'm not about to make it, I'm not about to let you guys think for 1 second that it's going to be easy or that there are not going to be things in place that's really going to put some jobs, it's going to eradicate some jobs altogether. This is just one example. All right, let's get into this a little bit. We may not go through the whole thing, but that's just to prove my point here. Americans who worry about robots taking their jobs are just fearmongers who have watched too many movies, right? Artificial intelligence, automation, and robotics will boost workers' productivity and spur economic growth while creating new, higher-paying jobs. Let's see here. New, higher-paying jobs. Or at least that's the argument. But research shows that the risk of robots may not be as beneficial for workers as some claim. Automation could have positive impacts on economic growth and productivity, according to economists, but workers might not reap the rewards. It all depends on what side of it you're on, guys, and making sure that at the end of the day, you have the skills to become a bigger part of this. Let's continue. Exposure to robots had negative effects on employment, leading some workers to drop out of the labor force and increasing unemployment. Economic professor Osea Giltina says this article is on MSN.com, and it was written, it's Fortune, and it's written by Will Daniel. It was written actually yesterday. Well, it was published yesterday. Okay, now make sure we give credit where credit is due. Let's see here. Okay, the professors of Osea, I'm probably gonna massacre this name, Guintella of University of Pittsburgh, Yi Lu of Tsinghua University. I'm sorry, I'm gonna apologize up front. I know I'm massacring the names. Tiani Wang of the University of Toronto wrote National Bureau research paper released early this month. The Economist examined the effects of industrial robots on the Chinese labor market using data from over 15,000 families and found that it struggled to adjust to the dramatic change brought by robotics. Robot exposure led to a decline in the labor force participation, negative 1%, employment, negative 7.5%, and hourly wages decline of 9% of Chinese workers, they wrote. At the same time, among those who kept working, robot exposure increased the number of hours worked by 14%. China has leaned into robotics and automation of jobs for over a decade, especially in the industrial sectors, such as warehouse jobs and a lot of physical labor, things of that nature, a lot of physically repetitive jobs, things of that nature. The county has more industrial robots than any other, and just this year it overtook the U.S. when it comes to the number of industry robots per capita, according to the International Federation of Robotics. Guys, the link for this is going to be below, so you can read this for yourself. But for Chinese workers, the rise of robots hasn't always been beneficial. Take example, Apple's main iPhone supplier, Foxconn, which replaced over 400,000 human jobs between 2012 and 2016 with robots in an automated push. Oh boy, in an automated push. Yeah, yes, there goes the video right there talking about it. Guys, you can definitely go over this on your own. The developing world undue burden. The developing world's workers will likely feel the brunt of the rise of robotics and automation in the near term, the economists explained. Many emerging market economists rely heavily on the agriculture and manufacturing sectors where automation and robotics are most likely to displace workers. And with the high share of emerging market workers having only a high school education or less, it will take time for many to acquire the skills necessary to benefit from new jobs brought on by robotics, AI, and automation. The implications of robotics in emerging markets for jobs, growth, and inequality could be profound. The economist wrote, without employment creation, automation, digitization, labor-saving technologies may foster inequality. They went on to argue that developing nations may be faced with decisions between increased productivity and potential higher economic inequality and social unrest if they choose to continue automating away jobs with robots. Finally, they said that there is still more research to be done, of course, to do on whether long-term productivity improvements from robotics and automation will translate into employment growth someday. But for now, workers will likely continue to lose jobs to these new technologies. Guys, here's a link on fortune.com. It will be in the link below. It will be in the information below. Guys, automation is here to stay. So it's either you do one of two things. This is not the only place automation is in. Have you been to depending on what part of the US you live, have you been to a Kroger lately? Have you been to a Walmart lately? Have you been to Have you been to a Home Depot lately? Most of the cashier jobs are gone. If you were a cashier 10 years ago, you should have been looking to transition into another career because your job is pretty much gone. Guys, this particular trend is getting ready to take over jobs on a whole other scale. I was also reading an article. Your boy Elon Musk is beautiful, isn't he? He's a gift that keeps on giving as far as us talking about him because he's in the news all the time. Or people are writing about him all the time, and clearly he gives. He's a gift that keeps on giving, so to speak. So Mr. Musk, in his layoffs and things of that nature, laid off a lot of the cleaning crew because he's now ramping up and he's wanting to, or has restricted. There's another article talking about the fact that he is completely eradicating remote work for Twitter. Oh boy, for those folks over Twitter, I know I feel it for you. Part of it wasn't like this necessarily direct, but a lot of the cleaning crew that got terminated said that, oh, there's going to be robots that's replacing you. This is part of, unfortunately, the trend of 2023. It's going to be happening more. There might be 1 or 2 cashiers now looking at 5 automated lines. It may go down to 0. If you are in these sectors, if you're in the industrial sector, if you're in places like the Amazons of the world, if you're in places like in the Amazon warehouses, you know there's automation already there. You know there's robots already there, and they are working in tandem to get more robots to take over the job that you're doing. So guys, here are the things I understand. A lot of you guys don't want to hear, nobody would want to hear this about the job that they're doing right now. Neither would I. But here's what is the reality. Reality of the situation is, if you understand what's coming, then you can be prepared. And here's what you do to prepare, right? 1, do you have your resume on hand, and is it ready? And if it's not ready and you're not sure what it is that you need to do to get your resume ready, then I definitely offer that particular service. You can go to mentorshelley.com/consultation so I can either restructure, update, or create a brand new resume for you so you can use it to look for opportunities while you still have a job, folks. Please, if you don't do anything else, make sure that resume is ready to go to start doing some marketing for you. Okay? And also, if you have other skills, start capitalizing on those skills. If you need certifications, I would definitely encourage you to go the IT route, since a lot of the jobs are going there anyway. If you can find an area of IT. IT is a very, information technology. Information technology can take many forms. You can go into the cybersecurity. You could go into data analyst. There's so many, and a lot of ways to break into those career fields. You can break into those career fields with certifications, not necessarily with a college degree. It's an entry level. It may take you a few months. Literally, you can go off, find a course on Udemy or one of these places, or through other tech channels. There's Terry, not Terry Igioma, but I'm going to be listing a list of resources of where you can actually obtain classes, whether it be for systems like Salesforce, or you want to learn how to use other type of systems, or be the subject matter expert, or you have to be at least a subject matter specialist in some of those systems that are being used in a lot of this automation. Guys, do your research. But if you're looking for help in as far as getting the direction or having a career strategy in the event that your job gets eliminated by some form of automation, definitely go to mentorshelley.com/consultations so I can definitely help you with not only the resume, but also the career strategy. All right, guys. Second thing you can do to prepare for this is to make sure that you have a 90-day/6 months emergency fund fully funded, because you never know when this is going to hit, especially if you're in those sectors. If you're a cashier in any one of those stores I named, if you're a cashier, period, a lot of the fast food places are getting ready to go fully automated. So it is important to have other skills. It is important to be able to look and find other opportunities in other sectors where the automation is not as strong. Guys, I want to make sure you become a better version of yourself, but I cannot help if you do not take the first step forward. You have to have a plan of action. Okay. Third thing, as I said, you can't just have that resume sitting there collecting dust. You have to use it to start looking for another job while you still have a job. They now call that career cushioning. Back in my day, when I first started out in the job market, it was called common sense. Okay? So I'm going to need you to exercise your common sense, or nowadays, based on TikTok and all these, the new social media words for the same things that we've been dealing with for God knows how long now. I need you all to exercise some common sense and start looking for jobs, looking for other opportunities while you're in the job that you're in. All right, guys. Also, another thing that you can do to prepare is if you already have like a side business going, or you have a side hustle, you may want to put a little bit more time into that side hustle. And if it can be developed into a full-time hustle, go ahead and really put in the work to either obtain more clients individually, or if you're doing a side hustle that addresses businesses, go ahead and put in the extra time for that as well. Guys, I want to make sure you have what you need, because these trends, the automation, for sure, the technological automation is coming for some of your jobs, and I want you to be ready. I want you to be fully ready and prepared to take the necessary action. Now, in the next video in this series, I'm going to be talking about the second job market trend, which is changes in the remote working space. Of course, we're going to get into a little bit more detail. And of course, if you have questions in regards to that particular trend, you go ahead and either drop your comments below. You send your questions to mentorshelley. You can go ahead and send your questions or place your questions on my website at mentorshelley.com/contact. You can actually click on the side of that website. You click on the right side of that where you say voicemail. It's a great tab on the side there. You can click on that. Go ahead and leave me a voicemail, and I'm more than happy to return that voicemail within 24 hours. If you want to just leave a regular old email message, go ahead and do that on that page at mentorshelley.com/contact. Guys, I want you to be prepared. And the next video in this series, we're going to be talking about the changes coming in the remote working or work from home or work at home space. And I'm also going to be touching a little bit on overemployment in that second part of this series as well. Guys, I want you to be ready, because some of these trends, they come for the jugular and they don't care. It's just a part of being in a capitalistic society. But I want you to become a better version of yourself professionally. And part of that, a huge part of that, is being prepared. All right, guys, take care. You have a good one. Bye.